Lil Yachty and Lil Uzi Vert were once the faces of the late 2010s SoundCloud era, both performing in the iconic 2016 XXL Freshman Cypher and dropping some of the biggest hits of that time. They were also amongst the few rappers to successfully transition past the SoundCloud scene and maintain their careers into the mainstream limelight. Despite collaborating on multiple songs and supposedly remaining friends behind the scenes, their relationship has had a rocky past. Whether it's arguing over ex-girlfriends, who's going to release the best music, or even dropping subtle disses at each other in their songs, it seems like there's real tension between them. But despite all the rumors and disses over the years, we've never had a clear explanation for why they actually dislike each other.
Are you and Uzi like cool? Like, are y'all homies? Okay, I don't know. But anyway, listen.
So today, I'll be revealing why Lil Uzi Vert hates Lil Yachty. Let's bring it all the way back to 2015, where many artists from the iconic SoundCloud era began breaking out into the mainstream, with two of these artists being Yachty and Uzi, both with his hit single One Night that he dropped on his birthday in the summer of 2015, which ended up peaking on the 49th position on the Billboard Hot 100, with Uzi also having his fair share of success with the first Lover's Rage mixtape. Now, this was really only the beginning for the two, as moving into 2016, they would continue getting bigger and bigger, as Yachty would feature on Dram's Broccoli, which gave both a top 5 Billboard hit, with Uzi also managing to drop 2 smash hits in Money Longer and You Was Right. With these two being really some of the hottest artists out during this period, they would both end up featuring on the iconic 2016 XXL Freshman Cypher, alongside Kodak Black, 21 Savage and Denzel Curry. And just 2 days after the Freshman Cypher, fans thought they actually received their first Uzi and Yachty collab song, after somebody would upload a song titled Out of Nowhere featuring the two artists, with XXL themselves posting a blog about the two's collab and even gaining over 300,000 plays on SoundCloud. However, many fans began noticing that Yachty's verse was basically completely offbeat, coming to the conclusion that this wasn't an actual song from the two, just a fan-made mashup. Obviously leaving fans disappointed, as in 2016, these two were the most popping SoundCloud rappers about, with a collab from the two being in demand. And it wouldn't take long for fans to actually receive this, as towards the end of that year, the two would actually feature on Atlanta artist Cody Shane's single Hold Up. However, it seemed like fans were once again deceived, as Uzi would post on his Twitter in response to the song dropping, "I hope this ain't dropping cause it ain't real." Now, even though this video is about Uzi and Yachty's beef, it doesn't seem like the controversy surrounding this song had anything to do with them. It was most likely due to the fact Uzi sold this song as a reference track to Cody, with him probably expecting her to just re-record his verse in her own voice, not actually to release a song with him on it. Or maybe Uzi didn't want this song to drop because actually Yachty was on it and didn't want to have a song with him out. But I doubt that, as after their joint appearance on the XXL Freshman Cypher, the two actually maintained their relationship, as there is countless pictures of the two together online, clips of the two being in the studio and even performing at the same shows together. However, moving into 2017, their quote-unquote friendship took a sour turn, with it looking like the two weren't really friends behind the scenes, more so of just acquaintances. On the 6th of January in 2017, Uzi would share a snippet to his Instagram, edging fans with new music. Now, both would see this and take it as an opportunity to troll Uzi, as he would reply under this post, "Sound hard but don't sound harder than that Yachty," saying that Uzi's music is good but not better than his own, which I think we can honestly all say is both just teasing Uzi, and it wasn't really a serious comment. Now, instead of replying back with some laughing emojis like most would do, Uzi would go in pretty hard on him. "Put out your album so I can destroy that shit with mine, and don't rap through your nose on this one." Now, honestly, right now I couldn't tell you if that was just a joke back from Uzi or he was being genuinely serious. Him saying he's going to destroy Yachty's album seems pretty harsh, but the rapping through your nose can be seen as a more of a light-hearted joke. But as we delve into the rest of this exchange between the two, it'll become pretty clear that Uzi was not happy with both's comments. That's a challenge. Your ass is mentally challenged. Don't try to bring that foolishness over here. You better finish your last challenge. Now go find a few girl and stop worrying about boys, slow ass. It seems like Uzi wasn't trying to have any friendly competition with Yachty. To put it in perspective, 2017 was the year both artists were gearing up to release their debut albums, which is obviously a huge moment for any artist as it allows listeners and the media to really see what someone is capable of. And remember, this was 2017, where there was an entire war with old heads and these quote-unquote mumble rappers, claiming that they can't rap, are lazy, and won't last for more than a couple of years. Meaning these two had more to prove than anyone else as they were the faces for this generation. Now unfortunately for Yachty, Uzi would pretty much destroy his album like he said he would, as Boat would drop Teenage Emotions in the May of that year, selling a okay 48,000 units in its first week, with Uzi then dropping Love Is Rage 2 just 2 days after Yachty's birthday on the 25th of August, selling 135,000 units in its first week, almost tripling Yachty's sales. Now even with the little spat they had in Uzi's Instagram comment section at the beginning of the year, the two would feature alongside Young Thug on Rallo's Young Fella, released on the 21st of January. But with how most artist collabs are happening these days, where it's just the label requesting and paying for features, I can imagine it was more so of Rallo's label paying up for these features, or maybe he was even getting them for free because he's a respected figure in Atlanta. Now later in 2017, Lil Yachty would actually sit down with fellow Atlanta rapper Playboi Carti to do an interview with the Fader. The two would begin talking about Uzi, where Boat made an interesting comment.
How is it when you and Uzi in the studio?
We'll fight and make a song.
Yeah, I know, cause he's so.
Think he tough.
He got the little man syndrome.
That's my I love that.
Yeah, Uzi got little
He'll
man
beat
syndrome.
the ass though.
Yeah, he will.
Now again, this can just be seen as a playful joke, but I guess we don't know how Uzi took it. Now fast forward to the summer of that year, Yachty would again do another interview with the Fader, where he would actually be asked about his relationship with Uzi, to which he would reply with, "Me and Uzi aren't friends, we used to be cool, it's not beef, it's just competition. That's all it is, we're not friends." Which I guess makes sense, just two young upcoming artists who want to outdo each other, fair enough I guess. And also, not everyone can be friends, some people just simply don't get along. But before the summer would end, Yachty would speak about the relationship one last time, where he revealed that he actually wants to speak to him as he is unsure where they stand.
Me and Uzi, it's weird, bro. I don't know. I just seen him at the VMAs, and
is it love?
He gave me I don't know. He gave me a really weird point and wink, and then he asked me how I'm doing, and then that's weird, but I don't know. I haven't spoken to him, bro. I don't know. It's just weird, you know. I hear things all the time. You know what I'm saying, and it's just I just know what's going on, but I don't know. I ain't spoke to him, so. I don't know. Right. Yeah. I want to though. I need to talk to him. I need to have a conversation with him because I be hearing way too many crazy things. I need to talk to the kid.
And even with the two supposedly not being on good terms, they would still end up on a song together towards the end of that year, which I'm not going to try to pronounce. But as I said earlier, these collabs between Yachty and Uzi, where they're just featuring on someone's song, I wouldn't really count as a collab between the two artists, as again, they probably didn't even know they were featuring on the same song until it released, as back in 2017, they were just the hottest rappers. Labels and people were probably splashing loads of money to get them on their song, as it would guarantee that the song would do numbers. Now I must say it is very weird though how they have so many features together, they've been spotted together so many times, with them even being seen in studio sessions together, but having zero actual collab songs, with this really suggesting to us how much the two simply did not get along behind the scenes. Now after this, we had literally no interaction between the two for almost 3 years. It seemed like after they both came up in 2016 and 2017, they went their separate ways and never spoke again. However, randomly in the September of 2020, Uzi would put out a tweet regarding Yachty. At Lil Yachty, where you at? You know what you did in 2018? To which he would reply with, "What I do? where Uzi would then reveal what this was all about, JT, to which Yachty would just respond to with a meme, which is still up to this day. Now, first of all, some of you might be wondering, who is JT? She's a Florida rapper who is most known from being part of the City Girls duo, with her and Uzi dating since around 2019. And fun fact, I actually covered their quite odd relationship in my The Many Toxic Relationships of Lil Uzi Vert video, which I'd recommend you watch after this one, as I personally think it's quite fascinating how two very wealthy people who you think have nothing to worry about seem to argue over the pettiest things, then make up by buying each other luxury cars. Anyway, so you might be thinking, okay, what does Yachty have anything to do with JT? Well, another fun fact for you, Bo and JT used to actually date back in the day, with him actually writing City Girls' breakout single Act Up, which features questionable lyrics considering they're coming from a male. But it wouldn't be all sunshine and roses for the two, as JT would actually reveal in an interview later down the line that Yachty cheated on her while she was in jail. Now, once again, it would go silent between the two after this situation until the March of 2021, where more controversy would arise from the two's patchy relationship. During an episode of the No Jumper podcast, Adam22 would call Lil Yachty regarding his opinion on music reviewers Anthony Fanato's hard criticism on his recent album, where one of the co-hosts would end up asking him about his relationship with Uzi, where it seemed like he did not want to answer the question at all.
Let me ask you about this then. Okay, are you and Uzi like cool? Like, are y'all homies? You talk to Uzi? Okay, I don't know. But anyway, listen.
Now, with Yachty giving an unsure reply, it's clear that either something happened behind the scenes that he didn't want to talk about, or Yachty genuinely didn't know where the two stand. But after that JT situation, it was clear Uzi wasn't happy with him. Now, many blog pages would take this clip and run off with it, making clickbaity headlines, with one of these being DJ Vlad, posting an article titled Lil Yachty seems to confirm he's no longer cool with Lil Uzi Vert. And it seemed like Yachty wasn't happy with the fact that someone is basically making things up about him for clicks, which led to him tweeting, "Vlad TV, you a B, cause that's not what I said. Stop twisting words, you FBI agent." Which Vlad would reply to, defending what he said, "Nobody's twisting your words. They asked if you and Lil Uzi Vert were cool and you said, Watch the video yourself before you start accusing people of twisting words that you said yourself. Kids today love to play victim and blame everyone else for their own actions." Vlad here does kind of have a point, because Yachty could have just said something like, "Oh, we're cool," or just simply say, "Oh, we haven't really spoken." But instead, it gave us an which really leads us to making our own conclusion. And Yachty would actually explain why he said what he said. "Fella, it don't mean we not cool, it mean I'd rather not speak on this situation publicly." AKA meaning you're not cool with him, because if you were cool, you would say it. Stop acting like people are stupid, Yachty. You said what you said, stand behind your words like a man. To which Lil Yachty would actually give us an insight into their relationship. "You a B and you're dumb, eat a D, you dumb F. I don't have a problem with him, we just don't talk." Which, see, there we go, it was that easy. Could have just said that in the interview. Now, Vlad would reply with, "Well, after doing some digging, now I see why your Lil Uzi Vert comment that you're trying to backtrack from is a whole lot more than we just don't talk. Seems like this whole thing is really about JT of the City Girls, and here's a tweet that started it all." So Vlad thinks Yachty is just trying to pull the "we don't talk" card to try to hide the fact Uzi is upset with him after the JT tweets in 2020. And Vlad would actually end up doing an interview with Adam22 just a couple months down the line, where they would talk about the situation, also saying how Yachty could have really made things easy for himself by just giving a neutral response.
That was your opinion as well.
Yeah, that's what I saw in the clip. As I was like, because if I'm Yachty in that moment, it's so easy to just say, "Yeah, Uzi cool."
Next question.
Next question. Yeah, we cool. I ain't seen him in a minute, but he's cool.
He's cool.
Yeah, you know, you could have said that. Instead, he was like, "Oh," but it's ex-girlfriend drama. Because
yeah. I mean, at that very moment, he could have handled it any different way, but the way he said it was essentially said that, yeah, y'all don't seem like y'all cool anymore.
And to end the whole thing off, Yachty would actually quote tweet Vlad's final response mentioning Uzi and putting a bunch of laughing emojis. Almost like he was clowning Vlad and everyone on Twitter that was speculating, because in reality, they're actually cool. Now after this, we wouldn't hear of the two until 2023, where things got really bad for them, leading to multiple disses aimed at each other, with one of the two even dropping a supposed diss track. The year would actually kick off positively for the two, after Uzi would be featured in a studio vlog with academics where he surprisingly spoke well of Yachty. Uzi would even explain how much he respects him and how they used to hang out often.
I don't even talk to the goddamn Lil Yachty every day, but I commend him for everything that he do, like for his artistry, for his writing and lyrical ability, his beat making ability, his things that he put on a song, like he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes, his ability to still be around and be himself. Cause I knew him from the beginning. We used to hang out all the time. I remember when Yachty used to first pull up on me, so it's just like, Yachty is like, and like you gotta respect it, cause like he, even with the shit going now, it's kind of crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's kind of crazy, like it's kind of crazy.
Let me tell you this. I've thought this has been a 2-horse race when it came to quote unquote SoundCloud era. No disrespect.
Nah, he the sneaky knight in it though.
You're right.
He's the sneaky knight.
I agree.
You hear me? Me and Cardi is like the
I thought it was just you and Cardi.
I know this though. I studied it. He's the sneaky knight. He's the one.
On.
Me and Cardi is doing all this. Cardi is being influential, selling all these shows, going across the world, doing the big in the world. Me, I'm making these big ass hit songs, and this and him, that mother is really one of them ones on the low. I'm just being real. Like I'm just being 100. You can't even lie about it. Like
no, he is.
Yes.
Hold on.
How long have he been been around?
Who?
Yachty.
Yachty? Yachty's been around a long time.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, and he still ain't even go nowhere. He's definitely a nigga that beat the wash allegations.
Oh no, he
beat the shit out of it.
I must say, I was very shocked at the way Uzi spoke about Yachty, which is honestly probably due to the shaky past they had. Now, even with it looking like the two may have finally resolved their issues, things would actually turn south for their relationship. Just a day before the release of Drake's For All My Dogs, a Lil Yachty song would be previewed on OVO Radio, titled Mr. Fortune. Now, when the song was first played, it had a line about Yachty not wanting to collaborate with a certain rapper, however, it was censored out. Do the right thing like you're friends with Mookie, no matter how bad they want the collab, I ain't friends with, censored. I'd rather go CO at Juvie, I'd rather drink an onion smoothie, I never click up with a goofy. Also calling the rapper a goofy. But it didn't take long for fans to find out who he was talking about, as using the rhyme pattern Yachty used, Mookie, Juvie, Smoothie, Goofy, Uzi. Now, the song would end up leaking anyways, which revealed to everyone that he did in fact say Uzi. You see, there were mixed opinions from fans about this. Some were arguing that this isn't even a diss and it was just Yachty saying that they're not going to collab, even though he did call him a goofy. But on the other hand, there were very angry Uzi fans who thought Yachty was genuinely taking shots at him. Now, a day after Mr. Fortune leaked, on the day For All My Dogs also released, Yachty would put out some tweets denying he was dissing Uzi. I didn't diss him, I said we won't collab because we're not friends. We aren't. We are cordial, y'all are gay, you guys are so delusional, you fellas go around living your life acting like you know us. Shh is OD where you'll be grown men too, on here trying to piece together, don't be knowing nothing, get a job. Now, even with Yachty trying to tell the entire internet that he wasn't dissing Uzi, Uzi's fans did not take it that way, and of course started making tweets attacking and making fun of Yachty, with one fan posting, At the Gates is better than your entire discography. As if you didn't know, At the Gates is an unreleased Drake and Uzi song that is supposedly the only collaboration that they have, which of course makes it a hugely anticipated song, with it even being played on OVO Radio earlier in 2023, with fans theorizing that it may drop on For All My Dogs. Now, remember that tweet that I showed you from the Uzi fan? Well, Yachty would quote tweet it with, "Lols, I have a verse on this song, song Shut Up. This led to some fans theorizing that Yachty told Drake himself not to drop the song with Uzi due to his ongoing beef. As if you didn't know, Bo worked closely with Drake on this album, writing and producing many of the tracks, with him basically also being Drake's right-hand man for the past couple years. So with the song being previewed on OVO Radio earlier that year, it being a huge grail that will guarantee loads of streams, and with the album already featuring many artists Drake has never collaborated with before, how come this didn't drop? Did Yachty purposefully tell Drake to not release the song due to his personal issues with Uzi? Now, personally, I don't think this is true. I've heard from many people on the internet that throughout the entire production of this album, Drake was remaking the track list over and over again, and maybe at one point in time this song was on the track list or it wasn't, but just because a song didn't make the cut, I don't think it means Yachty personally told Drake to not to drop a song with Uzi. Now, just a couple of weeks after this Twitter meltdown from Bo, Uzi would post an Instagram story which many fans suspected was aimed at the Atlanta rapper. "Your rappers that be saying my name, just be ready. I don't know what you'll think changed, the bum back season," or the bone back season. Now, obviously Uzi didn't direct it at Yachty, but considering he was the only rapper that mentioned him in that period, I think it's safe to say it was aimed at Yachty. And just a month after this entire situation, Yachty would once again be asked about his and Uzi's relationship by academics in a podcast episode they did, where again it seemed like he was not comfortable answering this question.
That's what I'm saying. But your peers want to be friends with you. Like, what's the synergy? What is the you and Uzi thing, by the way? I did a vlog with him. He spoke good about you, though.
Yeah, I seen it. It surprised me.
Why? I feel like you hate on Uzi right now.
I never said about. I've never hated on Uzi ever.
To me, it's always been like subtle competition.
That's just hip hop. That's right. But I never. I just. Man, it's. You wouldn't understand it, man.
Could you answer this at least for me?
I don't have a problem with him though.
I felt like fans, because y'all came in the same class and y'all were kind of like maybe two sides of the same coin. Do you feel like fans maybe associated y'all so much we thought y'all were cooler than what you were? Because I think that's what it was. Like we thought it was like, oh, Yachty and Uzi, right?
I think it's a lot of things, brother. Just like I don't even care to talk about.
Well, I got a question. I get it. It's over, girl. Let me say this. My number one rule is always over, girl. Two niggas about to fight and kill each other? It's over, girl. You just got to find what girl it is.
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. It's not over girl at all, bro. Over what girl?
I'll find out. I'll do my Googles.
Anyways.
Oh, wait.
I don't understand why Yachty is so scared to give out a response to the public about where they actually stand. A fan that posted this clip even said that Yachty's energy changed after this question was asked. Is Yachty scared of Uzi or something, or is he just uncomfortable speaking about the topic? Then moving into 2024, we would get very mixed signals from the two artists. Yachty would post a picture with Uzi on his second Instagram account, where a couple days after that, Uzi dropped a song that was supposedly a Yachty diss track. Now obviously that title was given to that song by the fans, which was due to Uzi saying, "I was on a yacht in the goddamn snow. B, I'm Lil Uzi, I'm not Lil Bo." And I must say, this does seem like a bit of an overreaction. This does not deserve the title of a Yachty diss, when in reality there is no diss. But this wouldn't be the only quote-unquote shot Uzi would send at Yachty, as on the 1st of December in 2024, Uzi would drop Eternal Take 2, with some fans suspecting certain lines being aimed at Yachty. On Me to Your Man, Uzi would say, "If it's beef, turn a fella to a porter. Saw LB, it's nothing but water." With the first line being Uzi basically claiming that he would destroy Yachty in an actual beef. Then the second line about seeing Lil Bo but there was nothing but water. I'm not really sure what this one could mean. If I had to really analyze it, I would say that him saying he saw nothing but water is suggesting that Yachty is scared of him. As like, Lil Bo, he's a boat, he's in water, but Uzi saw him, but there was nothing but water. There was water with no boat. So like Yachty ran away because he was so scared. Someone tell me if I'm like yapping or I'm actually cooking. Then on Chips and Dip, Uzi would say, "How the F you my enemy and its main car is a 63? And I heard that be a lease and your main broad drive a Mitsubishi," which is him referring to the Mercedes 63 line, which have their most powerful engines, and laughing at someone for having this car as their main vehicle, which is basically Uzi flexing that he has many higher end supercars in his huge car collection, with fans theorizing that this line was once again aimed at Yachty, as in 2020 he would make headlines by transforming his G63 with expensive modifications. There would be a couple more things that Uzi would say on EA2, however, with these being less credible as actual disses at Yachty, so take them with a grain of salt. You try to say I don't got swag, but I look at your shirt, it looked like you're still in Burberry merch, which again could be aimed at Bo, as just a couple months before he would actually do an interview with the creative director of Burberry, Daniel Lee. Then the final one, which I think is a bit of a stretch, which is actually also on Space High, just like that Burberry line: "Stop wearing that Arc'teryx, I live on a mountaintop," with Yachty being part of a photo shoot for Arc'teryx's new collection back in 2023. Now, funnily enough, one of Yachty's close friends, Gio, would respond to Uzi's comments about the G-Wagon, as she would repost a picture of Bo stepping out of a Maybach, which she captioned, "Tell him STFU about a G-Wagon." And I think what kind of proved that Uzi himself is not a fan of Yachty is when he went on Kai Cenat's stream just the day after the release of EA2, where him and Kai would be reacting to the AMP cypher, where the chat would begin trolling Uzi by saying Yachty wrote it, which made him reconsider if he in fact likes the cypher, because obviously he doesn't want to say he likes something by someone he doesn't mess with.
So do chat know something I don't know? Or they trolling?
They're trolling, bro. They're trolling.
I liked it at first. I like it. If they trolling.
They trolling.
I like it.
They're trolling.
I like it.
Now, that concludes the beef between Uzi and Yachty, and being honest, I still cannot tell why the two have issues with each other. It seemed like something happened after their freshman cypher that made the two hate each other to this day. And do I think they will ever settle their differences? I doubt it, as it seemed that the two just personally dislike each other. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I guess, especially now that Uzi is staying long term with JT, who Yachty cheated on while she was in prison, he probably dislikes him even more for that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.